So at this point, I have Claude Code running pretty much 24/7 on my home computer, and I can just text it through SMS. I literally have a Claude contact in my phone that I text when I want it to complete a task for me throughout the day. Here's kind of how I've set this up and how the workflow works for me, and maybe how you can set it up for yourself. So the primary way that I ingest tasks into the system is actually using Apple reminders, because I like to be able to say like, "Hey Siri, add a reminder" throughout the day so I don't have to type it into my phone. And I set up a script on my computer that about every 15 minutes just scrapes all of the reminders that I have in my reminders app and puts them into a tasks file, which is a markdown file in my Obsidian vault on my computer. I also have a morning workflow that runs at about 7 a.m. every day, which uses Claude Agent's SDK that gets triggered to basically review all of the tasks that I haven't completed the past day and make sort of a plan for me based on my calendar, my email inbox, and all of the reminders that I hadn't completed yet for what I should execute today. It also does a bunch of other things, but in terms of tasks, this is how it goes. This workflow basically outputs a daily review, which then it texts to me on my phone, and it uses a service called Twilio, which basically allows for you to send SMS messages via script. I then have a separate system set up with Twilio and Claude Agents SDK where I can actually trigger an instance of Claude Agents SDK to boot up on my computer when I send an SMS message to that specific Claude number that I said I have a contact for in my phone. That will basically spin it up so that it can interactively text back and forth with me, but also complete tasks on my computer using my entire Claude agent environment that I have set up on my computer. The system is evolving rapidly and has a ton of different moving parts where it comes to my actual agent setup on my computer, the persistent memory and continual learning setup that I have for Claude Code, how I've set up this whole kind of reminders and SMS text messaging system, as well as a bunch of other things. But I'm going to be eventually releasing parts of this and potentially the entire workflow into my school community later this month as it becomes more mature. So if you want to get any part of that, please join my school community, link in bio. We'd love to see you there and love to learn more about what you're doing with Claude Code.